This is July 11th, 2006, and if you can believe it, it's an extreme day once again. R.I.P. Mr. Lynch. We're going in to the
Rest in peace,
ECW.
Lynn.
How's everyone doing?
Uh, all things considered, I'm doing fine. I'm feeling pretty extreme. Do miss David Lynch though. Today that we're recording this would have been his birthday at 79.
Oh my gosh. This is messed up,
Yeah,
man.
so really missing him today. Went and got a chocolate milkshake and tried to get a coffee from a big boy, but I went to the wrong big boy because they don't have fucking coffee for some reason. So I'm feeling pretty extreme today.
Yeah? Where are we at today?
Yeah.
Where are
Where are
we
we
at?
at?
We're at the Minneapolis, Minnesota. We're in the Target Center.
Brett. That's right. That's
Wow.
right.
You even get ask my opinion on
Frick
this.
you, Nico.
At
You're
a
not ready
whopping
yet.
total.
I'm not?
Yeah,
No.
yeah, get extreme. Get extreme. Yeah, Nico.
Alright, I'm
get
extreme.
There you are.
I don't care about David Lynch.
What?
We need to get. Whoa, whoa.
This
whoa.
time I'm gonna let it all
Dude,
come
too
out.
much.
Yeah, there we go. I'm extreme now. Extreme
Bodies.
takes. I never saw any of his movies. Boom.
You never seen a single one?
What?
Nope.
All right,
Not
what
one
movies have you seen?
Blue Velvet.
Nope.
What movies have you seen?
Twin Peaks. You had to have watched them.
Nope. Never saw.
What movies
Yeah,
have you
name
seen?
every movie you've ever seen, Nico.
I don't know. That's a lot of movies.
Oh, come on, dude.
Name them.
Name them one by
I'll
one.
take alphabetical,
Alright,
but you can do
alright.
random.
Jay, how about you name every movie you've seen first? Give me the example.
La La Land, Lady Bird, Marcel the
All
Shell
right.
on Everything
Paul
Everywhere
Heyman's
All at
here.
Once.
Hey,
Okay. Well, that's not every movie.
Paul
And-
Heyman's coming out.
And no one likes him after last week when he has betrayed Rob Van Dam after being caught with weed at a at a speed trap.
Yeah, we're not at that dingy ass house show
And-
anymore that we reviewed last time, and definitely was like
Yeah.
3 months ago that we actually talked about it on the
Mhm.
when it's posted. You know, come on, storytelling.
Oh man, talk about time travel.
You guys are the reason that RVD is no longer the champ. Not the fans, not Paul, not RVD. You two bozos.
Who said that?
Paul Heyman.
That's
He's-
us. That's us. Paul Heyman. Called
said-
us bozos.
Jay, Nico, you're the reason I had to suspend RVD for 30 days. And I did it for his own good.
He looks at me and goes, "You people are the reason he's gone." And I'm like, "You people."
You people? I
You
tried
people.
to talk
He
to him.
says that so much it feels like a hate crime.
I tried to slow him down, but Nico and Jay drove him into an early grave. You guys forced him to burn himself out with your shitty RVD chants. And you know what? You led him to his ECW title, and it drove me to put an end to it all. You know what? Paul's had to deal with a lot, and he says that it's hard to be a martyr. It's hard to be a messiah. I will sacrifice my friendship with RVD to cleanse you all of your sins, and I wear that like a badge of honor. I will continue to make decisions that only benefit ECW. And as your messiah, I promise that I will lead ECW to the promised land. You're coming with me, my children, forever. What the fuck is Paul on about? What did we do? Did he
Like
listen
I
to the
said,
last
man,
pod?
You said you people. He's really pissed about how we felt about him getting utterly obliterated at a house show that no one was able to watch until like 20 years later.
That fucker. And now he's just a little. Now he's acting like he's Jesus. All of a sudden, he's the Messiah. He's trying to save ECW. What, dude? You have two fucking bozos in fucking police gear with you. What the fuck you talking about? The crowd's like, whoa,
I did.
but they're only in for
I
a
did
treat.
think
But, I mean, isn't he right, though? It is kind of our fault.
Yeah, it's your guys' fault. I hated
I
RVD.
mean-
It's not my fault.
Like, I told RVD in 06. Like, hey, man, weed? You should try it. I don't even smoke weed. I just told him to do it.
You led him to
You're welcome.
a dark
I'll
path.
show you how to do it.
I did. Somebody had
Um,
to do it.
I gotta say that a lot of this stuff, especially here at the beginning, is pretty good. like Paul coming out and cutting his promo, being as Paul Heyman is, just a good showman. To get a crowd to hate him is just it's really fun to see. Even now, when you can kind of tell that he's ready to get the fuck out of this. Like he just does not have fun with this anymore, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so then Paul's like, he waddles out of the ring. He's going backstage. Everyone looks disgusted. Oh, didn't I think as he was going into the ring before he started all that God shit, Joey Styles called him Judas, and I was like, oh come on, really on the nose, eh? Y'all are so slick.
It's the storytelling, Tyler.
Yeah,
They have to get all 3,000 of these people excited for
all one
Messiah
of me
Paul Heyman
watching at home.
and no Rob Van Dam for like 3 months.
So yeah, he gets on out of there. He's leaving. Everyone looks disgusted backstage, and who decides to come up to him? Of course, Tommy Dreamer, who cried in front of him and said, "My daughter was hurt." Now he's like, "Paul, how could you say that to me?" He's wearing a shitty red polo shirt.
Yeah.
They're
Was
like,
it a polo? I think it's button up.
whatever it could
something
be.
like
Yeah,
that,
it's
like
something like that. Button up, yeah.
But he comes out like this ridiculously red shirt.
What are you
and
doing,
clearly
Paul?
his wrestling pants.
What are you doing, Paul? Heyman's like, you know what? There's no time to owe you an explanation, but I owe you one. But guess what? You have a match. And for whatever reason, they say that this man's wearing street clothes. All he's wearing is a fucking button-up shirt and his ring gear, as Jay said. It's like, what the fuck are we talking about here? So we come back from commercial. Tommy Dreamer is here. He's coming out. And who do they have him fight?
Me.
Test.
Hell yeah.
Yes.
This is a testicle moment for us all.
Yes. I need to know now.
Yes.
Are we dreamers or are we testicles?
Oh, I'm always a
I need to
testicle.
know.
I'm not a dreamer. You know this.
I'll be a testicle
what's up.
every day of the
That's
week.
You know I hate Tommy.
All day, every day.
What? You love Tommy.
So the crowd,
He's the heart and soul.
for whatever fucking reason, decided to just say, you know what? I hate Dreamer. And they start telling him to take off his shirt. They're like, take off your shirt, dude. Take off your shirt. I can hear it. And people are booing Dreamer. They're booing Test. And
Oh yeah, we get a good number of steroid chants throughout the audience
Dude,
as well as he's coming down to the ring.
they're trying to build
He
this
is
guy up.
juiced.
And they're trying to build Dreamer up as this, like, guy that's, like, you should feel sympathy for. Like, he wasn't even supposed to wrestle. But no. We have Test and Dreamer have, like, a back and forth, pretty much. Dreamer gets the up and up, hits a clothesline, finally takes off his shirt, and shows that he actually is in ring gear the whole time. Holy shit. He had a shirt underneath his shirt. He knew that Paul Heyman was Jesus and the Messiah, and he knew that. Tommy Dreamer might be a methodical wrestler. We just didn't know it. So
Like
once
I just said, man, he's the heart and soul of ECW. You gotta be ready for anything when you're the heart and soul of
I mean-
ECW.
Can I say something
What?
about this whole thing? Like, if you watch wrestling, there are people who just wrestle in street clothes. Why
Uh-huh.
is this even part of the story?
I don't know. It's like they caught him off guard, like he wasn't gonna wrestle, as if he didn't already have all of his gear on, and just put on a shirt, and they're like, "Holy crap, he just got blindsided that he had to wrestle tonight." Holy cow!
The gimmick that's been around forever. I feel like you don't really see it too much now.
But
which
they
is
never
nice,
just take
but
it
around
off,
this time-
and they actually are wearing their ring gear. Like, who are you
No,
swerving
but
here?
You have people that are like not even supposed to be at the arena, like Mankind and shit, and then Mankind comes out in fucking Mankind gear, like he was always ready for that night. You
This
know
is
what I
the
mean? Like shit like that is just so synonymous.
But this is the first time I've ever seen like a street clothes gimmick where they actually are wearing their ring gear, and that was supposed to be like a big reveal.
It's a stupid reveal.
It's like, no,
It's
please don't fight me,
always a
Test.
stupid thing.
Ah, Test, no. Ah! I can fight you now. And then he gets fucking his DDT countered. Test hits him with a full Nelson slam. Test goes up top. I was like, oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Misses the elbow drop. I'm sure this elbow got exploded. Dreamer tries to set him up for
Yeah, that
Death
couldn't
Valley
have been worse.
Driver. Test grab the ropes, and you're thinking this big beefy guy, right? This monster. We've been building him up for like what 2 weeks now. Beat up Al Snow. Gets a roll up, and use the ropes to beat Tommy Dreamer at 4 minutes.
That made me so mad.
He's
The
so
fact that
dominating.
He didn't just put like an arm or leg. The fact that he had to do a full handstand on this guy to beat him.
Hey, listen,
just-
Tommy
it
Dreamer's a
kinda makes
big
him
worker.
Look even worse.
Tommy Dreamer's a big worker.
And the thing is, because Tommy didn't even go over, it really didn't even do anything for him either. So it just felt like such nothing going on. You know, like down from the beginning when he's like going in for the punches and stuff. I always hate when wrestlers do that. When they go in for like the boxer punches and they do like 5, 6 of them, they never look right. They never look like they're actually hurting, and it always just kind of looks ridiculous. And here, especially on Test, it just looks so ridiculous. But I get it. He's always supposed to be like the underdog here. But like what are we even doing for him, man? Like why is he even here if we're always just seeing him get fucking doused and shit in like a 3-minute squash?
This is what I mean, right? So like Dreamer has been getting fucking killed by Big Show, like dominated. Dreamer hasn't put up a fight. So Test really had to dig in his bag of tricks to pull out a victory, this grueling victory against a guy that was in his street clothes.
Well, absolutely.
Wow, we really care about this Test guy. The fuck are they doing?
Didn't even add like a real heat.
No.
Like it doesn't make me hate him more. It just makes me not want to watch him wrestle anymore. You know what I mean? Because I feel like if you can't handle this guy, what is it really going to look like in a match for you? Like I can tell they really want to push Test. They always seem to really want to push Test, but they never really knew how to do it right, and they always seem to like screw it up somehow. And right, and like even though he looks good, it just doesn't feel like he's performing to that level.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
And now we got the Extreme Expose in the back. I thought it was Extreme Expose, but it's just Kelly squared Expose squared. And what are they doing, Nico?
All right. I guess Candice Michelle got invited over to
Yes, she did.
ECW, and she's just changing along this time. And you know, it's like this is so Gooner. This is like, well,
This is so
here's the
Goonie.
thing about ECW. Like, here's the thing about ECW, right? This show sucks. Paul knows it. The wrestlers know it. I know it. Ty doesn't know it. Like, everybody else knows it, though, right? Like, the show is
Yep.
garbage. So, how do you make people watch a garbage show? Well, somebody asked Vince Russo, apparently, and he told him the same thing he told Jerry Jarrett. TNA. But this time, you know, they're not idiots, so they're like, oh, we need tits and ass, not this is the name of our company. So, like, this is literally there because nobody would watch a show otherwise. I guarantee this is at least 200,000 of the, like, viewer count.
Well, Well, here's the thing, though, and they showed a lot in the show. There's children at this event. Like, there are kids here. And I found out when I was reading along, this is, like, their own show. Like, this is a show that's only ECW. Like, there's not people here waiting for, like, a show after. Like, this is what they came for. And I think that's so crazy that there's, like kids here and family here.
No, this was this was live after
Nah,
SmackDown.
this is just 06.
Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The-
anybody's...
No, I think this early one is
no, it's actually
just the show. Let me double check that.
Yeah, because SmackDown, it was after SmackDown. It was in the same area, but the week prior, for whatever reason, they taped.
You're right, yeah, because the kids are wearing SmackDown shirts and stuff.
They
right.
They taped Raw and SmackDown the week prior for July 4th, so that they could have an ECW by itself July 4th show, for whatever fucking reason, and then go back to the status quo. So,
okay, that's where I'm getting my info.
Yeah,
from,
we gotta
there
show
was,
the
like,
freaks.
a show that was just them.
This is 10 o'clock, Jay. The kids are in bed.
Yeah.
They're not in the stadium anymore.
But, Jay, even so, this is 06. This is pretty standard for kids to see on a daily basis.
No, I get, well, especially with this company, I get it. It's like, from all the stuff we've watched here, from all the stuff I know from the actual shows, that have been talked about from Raw down and Smack Up and everything. Like, I get it. I get that this is just part of the flavor. I find it so funny. Even if
Yeah.
those kids are not there and this is all taped and whatever, the fact that's a shot that they're gonna go to, especially for like young Kelly to be doing this kind of stuff and it just coming off so awkward and everything.
Yeah.
Like, I just don't know who it's for other than Vince.
Teenage boys.
You know,
I guess.
Well, not like, yeah, like it's like 13, 14 teenage boys.
do you know
Like-
who holds the future in your hands?
Hmm.
Blood.
No, not all over my lens.
So
That's really expensive.
as soon as
lens.
that like little promo, we'll get back to Kelly. We had to get interrupted by Ariel, who is now vamp centric with her tarot cards, and she's just sitting there. And then as I said, that was the whole promo. Who holds the future? Blood. And then Kevin Thorne appears out of nowhere and spits blood on the screen. I cracked up. I couldn't stop laughing. Who let that man in?
Hey, he made it in.
Cut
Guys,
away.
he finally made it in the building.
We're going back to the gooning. It's time for the gooning. We're back to Kelly and Candace. They're now here out. Nico, tell me about it. Now it's time for the strip.
So, if the goal was to help Kelly become a stripper, and I just want to say, going back to our very previous point, if you go back and watch any cartoon 2006, there is a stripper in that cartoon. Yes, that does include Dora the Explorer. Anyways, so they're on stage and they're doing their dance. This is a lot less nervous Kelly. I think having Candice Michelle out there actually helped her a lot. She kind of had somebody to cheat her off.
I didn't mean to set this up, by the way. I'm really sorry. Episode 1, me saying, Candace is so confident. And now we have Candace.
Yeah.
My bad. Paul, stop listening.
Why did you do this?
I don't know.
Why did you do this to us?
Hold on. What's your spiel, Ty? Tell me your spiel.
What, from
I'm
episode
here to
1?
listen. No. About this.
I don't... Man, I don't know. Like, they were just doing provocative dancing. Kelly's wearing something crazy. Candace is just being Candace, and the crowd doesn't know what to feel about it until Mike Knox shows up, of course.
Oh, the savior.
Which
Mike
I cracked
Knox.
up again, because Mike Knox just appears on the ether and like, oh, god damn it! It's Mike Knox again! And I'm like, yeah!
Yeah.
Candace
I'm predicting it now. This guy would have the belt. He's going to have the belt. 4
Well,
months.
Nico, they said, hey, buddy, we agree with you. And then Sandman was standing at the end of the hallway with his cane pointing at you, just like he did with Knox. And for some reason, he's mad. Because, every week, Sandman gets to get off. But this week he didn't. And it's all Mike Knox to blame.
Now it's Sandman's turn to get off.
Sandman said, fuck you, Mike, and starts beating the shit out of him. And the girls leave. They're scared of this man. Because he looks like a zombie. The ECW zombie's back for real.
Yeah.
And he pulls him up on stage, and he's like, hey, Mike, you know what? I feel bad. Just kidding. Smacks him, and he plows through the fucking stage that they had.
He just
Mike is dead.
disappears into the ether.
My bad, dog. The goon
He
session's
just goes
over.
into the void. He's just in the eternal pit of the Sandman. But right before he does that, Sandman pulls out a beer because he's got to make sure he does the whole beer thing at the end, right? He still needs to smash that over his head. And this time it was more funny than any other time because he didn't have to do that at any point.
He's just,
I
he
kind
loves the
of
business.
half expected him to come out from the entrance already bleeding. I was just so prepared for him to already have a crimson mask.
I'm sorry. I just hate Sandman. I got
Why do
nothing
you
else
hate
to say.
Why do you hate Sandman?
He sucks.
I like Sandman.
What?
I think.
I think that's a wild hot take. Maybe that's just me.
I'm in extreme mode. Extreme takes, man. Sandman sucks.
But-
that's been hitting us since the beginning.
Well,
Nah,
who will
Sandman-
save us?
Oh,
Just because it
what do you
feels
say?
like we're actually setting up a feud now. You know, like instead of him just going over some like nobody from some nowhere place that he's just jobbing. It's kind of nice to see him finally interact. You know, like we got to see some of it from the house show, but
Mhm.
now it's finally on TV, and I just want to kind of see what he can do in a proper feud. I know he's not going to be anything great,
Never.
but I mean, I don't think Mike Knox has been that terrible. You know, at least when he's been in the ring. So I feel like they could make something out of it, even if it is just something quick with like kendo sticks and whatever, and it's just a 4 minute nothing, like a lot of these matches are. Like it's at least something. You know what I mean?
No.
Like I'm not a big fan of the storyline, but at least it's a consistent storyline. It's super repetitive and it's not good. But at least that's what's happening, you know? It's not like a lot of these other matches that are just kind of like set up for no reason and don't mean anything, like the test and Tommy Dreamer. Like I didn't get that, other than unless Paul's doing something with Tommy, but I don't think they're going to do that. I don't want to see that. And I feel like is at least a story. You know what I mean? It's the one consistency that's happened on the show. That being said, I really wish it was any other story than this.
Wow. But here's the tail of the tape. You look at all the Big Show stats. Look at
That
all the
was really
Flair
cool.
stats. Huh?
I thought I thought it was really cool that Big Show, I guess, is the first WCW, WWE, and ECW champion. I didn't know that. I thought that was pretty cool.
If only Big Show was in a better condition during this run.
He's 7 foot, 500 pounds apparently,
At
according to
this
that.
point, yeah, he looks it.
And
Yeah, I can believe it.
Ric Flair 2002 is staring at me, dead set. Doesn't want to leave me alone.
Do you guys do you know how old Ric Flair is around this time?
He's like in
He's
his
in
50s.
his. Yeah, I think he retires
Yeah,
from well,
dude is
retires, quote unquote, at 56 or 58. So he's probably like 54, 56.
I looked it up. In 2006, Ric Flair was 57 years old.
Oh
Uh,
my.
okay, I got close. Yeah.
I thought that was crazy. So that means that that match is going to happen in his 60s. The quote unquote retirement match will be in his 60s. And I thought of like we'll get into it, but knowing that after the fact, I thought made this main event even more crazy for what they're going to do. Dude, Ric Flair being in ECW is such a whiplash moment. When I saw that on the match card, I had no idea that that's what the was going to be in store for us, and it's the most non ECW sounding match. You know, like I at first when seeing this tail of the tape and leading up to the match, I was not looking forward to it. I don't know if you guys knew much about the match.
No, no, nothing.
Did you guys see any?
I was
Do you guys see any stats though that pointed out to you?
no, nothing. Just
Nothing.
you
Okay,
know.
fair enough.
But guess what? It's Nico's favorite. He's here.
No, it's all of our favorites. Don't you lie.
Uh huh.
So we get an excellent vignette, and I'm gonna try to read it word for word. Okay. So he comes on. Why didn't you come up to me? Tell me I got none seek. These tattoos are decorations of his devotions, and every tattoo that CM Punk has tells its own story that he's drug free, right?
Uh huh.
And they show it off. Now he's against the system. You could tell because he's got tattoos.
Uh huh.
You know. Now he tells the biggest lie. He's an extremely disciplined athlete.
Uh huh.
I don't not believe it. So mine is there, and nobody has seen anything yet until CM Punk comes on.
Come punk.
Come Punk. And I'm going to tell you right now, this was the best thing of the show.
And I have a
Yeah,
I have
no,
a
it was
theory.
a really good promo.
I have a theory. Is
Yeah,
this
this is.
did he get pushed up here like this because RVD got hit with weed? And now they're trying to say that they're not drug. They're like, we're drug free. We promise you. We fight. We got rid of the belts. We don't tolerate that. Now look at our new star. He's not RVD, but he's drug free.
I'll be honest. I don't think they care. Like,
Oh,
even,
they
like,
cared enough to
Yeah.
fire him or suspend him for 30
I
days.
think
well,
I
yeah,
think
because it looks bad.
I
But
think
like,
Vince cares. I don't think Paul cared. I think because dude, that whole thing was up on the news and front page full cover on newspapers, like of him being with that marijuana. He was everywhere with that,
We're
right?
drug
So like
free, we
it just didn't
promise.
look good at that time. So like I can totally see what you're saying though, Ty, because that sounds like a very Vince McMahon thing to do.
Ah,
I feel like that was a good, if anything, coincidental at one end, or very possible knowing him, and Paulie being able to make that work. I think is fantastic because he knew what he had on the table because it's CM Punk, especially around this time, post Ring of Honor and everything.
right.
Yeah, no, I agree with you though, Nico. I also thought this was like one of the better vignettes of not even just the show, but for a lot of ECW. You know, I'm excited to see what is going to look like when he actually can make it into a ring.
Now Sabu, he's coming out.
Yes, Sabu.
So
He's ready to go. He is all action, fully charged and revved up to go. Comes out to the ring with a chair and ready to destroy whoever comes his way. But I must remind everybody here, this is not an Extreme Rules match here at Extreme Championship Wrestling. We're not going to do that all the time.
No,
So out
don't
comes
tell us to the end.
all after this. Just Incredible, ECW's favorite, was like a former ECW champion, got really pushed, and now everyone knows that he's just really not that good. And I think it kind of worked out to just be this quick 3-minute match though for what it was. Just Incredible wasn't able to get too much offense in. He was able to at first throw in Sabu into the corner, but Sabu's able to like throw him out. He's able to do a lot of these slingshots outside of the ring onto Just Incredible. When at one point Just Incredible rolls out of the ring, like at 2 minutes into like this 3-minute match, he looks under the ring, sees that there's no table, so Sabu decides to just stall the crowd by pointing up to the lights. Just Incredible finds the table, most fucked up table I've ever seen.
It is
It's
so
like
bad.
taped up at the front. There's something wrong with like
What
the support
happened?
for the bottom. This is like used from like the house show, and they can't afford a new table. It looks so bad. That's when Sabu is able to slingshot somersault onto Just Incredible before he's able to set up the table. Remember though, this is not an Extreme Rules match. Remember
yeah, we
this.
don't do that.
Remember, you need to remember, we don't do that at Extreme Championship Wrestling. What the fuck? You thought you were going to see that? No.
No,
That's the main event, baby. Not here. Not with Sabu. So Sabu throws Just Incredible back into the ring, does another leg drop onto him after slingshotting off the ropes, and then rolls out himself, and then he sets up the table as best as he can. Somehow the table's still able to stand up, gets Just Incredible out of the ring, and then kicks him into the table, leg drops him straight through it, and it's over. He's disqualified the match.
Just
But
Incredible
Sabu's
got a
music
dub.
still plays.
Yep.
Just Incredible not only won the match, but got nothing out of it. Sabu is still the guy that comes
All right.
out on top.
So I
And
like this
I
episode.
love it.
But Jay, I'm sorry. I have to say something during the match that Taz said, and he tried to say this, that this is not Extreme Rules, Jay. We are going to have Sabu fight in the first Extreme Rules match. You'll see that Saturday night. I'm not going to say who he's fighting,
Saturday
but you'll
night's
see
main
it Saturday for the first time. So you know what they do, Jay? They say main event's Extreme Rules, but they're not. It's different. But the first Extreme Rules match will be on Saturday.
Yeah, this is different.
This is different. No, the
Ric
main event's
Flair
different.
Trying to gain some pride against
Main event's
Mick
different.
Foley.
That's Extreme Rules, but it's not Extreme Rules that we're talking about.
Oh,
That's Saturday.
I wanted to bring this up too. And Editor Ty, if you feel the need to edit this out, you can. But right before the leg drop through the table, this was edited out. Sabu screams out into the crowd, "Fuck the police, OJ is innocent," and then dives.
Are you for real?
Just Incredible.
Oh,
Yeah,
my God.
yeah,
What?
yeah.
Send me that clip right now. Holy
I
shit.
wasn't able to find a clip, but it's in a lot of like Wrestling Observer notes and a bunch of other wrestling notes, but I can't find a clip.
Holy
I've
shit.
seen it in multiple sources.
What? What the fuck? All right.
Like,
And I guess
what a crazy week it's been for Sabu, huh?
Yeah.
now we got No Teeth Mahoney, Balls Mahoney, and he's backstage.
Oh.
I don't know what they're doing with these promos. He's just like in this dingy room. He's got a chair. And he says, "You know what, guys? I live my name as balls to the nuts I have and Mahoney to my baloney. I am Balls Mahoney." And I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about, Balls, dude?
What is that?
I'm
Balls
extreme.
Balls.
I'm like, what
I'm
are you
balls to
saying,
ball.
dude? I'm Baloney Maloney. I'm balls and nuts. All right, dude. All right, dude. Sweet.
The worst. The worst.
Holy
Get
shit.
this man out of this company.
Get him away from me. I'm sick of him.
I,
And then-
I hate balls. I hate balls. I hate balls so much.
And then they dressed up Ric Flair and put him in the dark room.
I hate balls.
You hate balls? You hate
Oh,
nuts,
I do.
Baloney Maloney? Oh, man.
I think it's
Mr.
really
Maloney.
crazy.
I think he's full of baloney.
He claims to be a strong ECW original OG. I don't give a shit. I want him gone.
Yeah,
Ric Flair is now on my screen. That's all I give a shit about.
That's
And oh, what's up, Nico?
that's every ECW alum. I hate them. I want them off my screen. They all suck. Like who is the actual
man.
best
We
alum
got
from
Tommy
the
Dreamer.
Ty? Do you agree with this?
That ECW guys suck.
Well, what Jay said, and yes, that too.
I agree that ECW guys suck really fucking bad. Like, all
Yeah,
the OGs are just rough, man. I don't know what the hell.
Yeah,
You
And
don't
at
like
this point-
Rhino?
Uh,
I kind of consider Ryan almost SmackDown, to be honest. I know he's not, but I do. Same with RVD.
Final official ECW champion until Matt Cardona took him from him at GCW.
Hmm Yeah. I
Okay,
just
I'll
think,
pop for myself.
boo!
Boo.
Sorry, GCW.
we should watch that.
No, boo!
Yes, I love GCW.
We're gonna go from boo to
They got
woo!
what's up
It's Ric Flair's in the dark room,
Woo!
waiting on Jay to talk about it.
Ric Flair is out, and I love the promo that he cuts, man. Overall, I'm just going to start off by saying that. It feels like they just let him do whatever. So he comes out, and he's like, I'm 16-time world champion, and tonight, I'm going to make myself the 17-time. I never won the ECW belt. I never wanted it either, until tonight. But before I talk about Big Show, I have to talk about Foley and the trash
Foley.
that he was talking about me last night. At this point, I was
Woo!
really perked up because I was like, why are we talking about McFoley? I still don't know what he was talking about. I didn't
He's
look
got a
that up.
feud with him
But
right
he was
now.
like, I will fight you anywhere in the world, any day. You come to me, with green light on your forehead.
You want some
Any
context?
match of any type. I would love the context.
Okay,
of
so they just
why-
had a
why
match
Ric
at
Flair
they just
said
had a
that.
match at Vengeance, and it was really bad. It was a 2 out of 3 falls wrestling match because Foley wanted to prove to Rick that he's not just a hardcore guy, and then Mick had this trash ass match and fucking won like 2-0. And now that Ric Flair's like, well, now I'm gonna go extreme and beat your ass, Foley. Get back here, and he goes, no, I'm done with you.
See,
I'm done with you.
I knew it was some sort of pride thing. Like, it feels like that's what this match really was. I don't feel like it was anything really meant for the story,
Well-
but just because Ric Flair was there. And he gets
Hold on.
released a little bit after this,
On
doesn't
Raw, no, on Raw, he's like had this like promo battle with Foley, and then Paul Heyman showed up and said, "Oh, you want to be extreme, Bal? Well, extreme these nuts." And then fucking Big Show showed up and then put him in a Cobra Clutch and threw him around the ring. So that's why that's why this match is happening. Yeah, he just
I love
grabbed him-
that
He
so
gripped him
much.
up. Yeah, he threw him around.
And then, so after he he challenges fully. He goes back to the Big Show and he goes, Show, I've known you since you were a little kid, working your way through this business. You have all the tools, and here you are, as ECW champion. Until tonight, when I become 17-time world champion. Woo! 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 Something like that.
Woo!
And then we get into the main event.
Woo!
One thing that I thought was really cool.
Wait,
Well, Flair
we're
was
not in the
coming
main
out.
event yet.
Oh, right.
We got
You're right.
we got this freak with a nice little mohawk from behind, and it's Shannon Moore. What the? Where have you been, Shannon? It's been like 3 years. It's been like 4 years. You look
He had
different.
to steal Shawn Michaels' pants.
Steal Shawn Michaels' pants. Whatever the fuck music they were playing was crazy, and he's mohawked up with the like eye makeup going smeared down him. I'm like, oh my god. Okay, he's coming soon.
Boy, did he
It
came.
just stares down. Oh, he's coming.
He's coming.
So, do you guys know much of Shannon Moore? I don't know much.
He used to
about
be
Shannon Moore.
with Matt Hardy when he was doing that bit where he was like the Matt Hardy V1.
Oh, okay.
He was
I
a
know
part of the
what you're talking
cruiserweight
about.
division for a while.
Yeah.
He was in TNA. I think he was like really good friends with the Hardys and Gregory Helms. So he's also part of 3 Count in WCW.
I don't know 3 Count that.
Come on, everybody, 3 Count. Wave your hands together.
No.
Oh my god.
That doesn't ring a bell. I'm excited. We're gonna learn about.
We're
it.
like
I'm
the
gonna learn about it.
Backstreet Boys, NSYNC 2. Britney
So-
Spears is
So why
kind of
does he
cute.
just look like
Come on,
like a generic punk?
everybody 3
now?
Count.
Like,
I don't care about that. I want 3 Count. 1, 2, 3.
I'll take it over to the Outrunner.
Where's Tank Abbott at? Don't stab that man, please.
What?
Don't stab that man, please, Tank. No. One
are
day
you
we'll get to
saying?
WCW.
Yes. I feel like I'm missing a lot there. Do you have anything on Shannon Moore, Nico?
He's a jobber.
Okay, cool. I'm really glad we got this headline for him then. So now to the main event. So Ric Flair's coming out in a really nice orange and gold robe. I don't know if he's ever used this robe before, has he? Cool. He makes his way out into the ring, followed by Big Show. Big Show looking gargantuan with like it makes the belt look like a toy, man. Like it looks so puny on him. So bell ring, and after just the tiniest bit of offense from Flair, Big Show goes in and he hits him with like a good few headbutts, throws him around into the turnbuckles. He even throws him across the ring at one point, which I know had to hurt Flair because the way how he fell on that, man, it looked brutal. And like straight after 3, what I thought were pretty terrible looking headbutts, at least for the hard cam, Ric Flair just blatantly bleeds.
Oh, it was so
and
quick,
cuts
too.
himself. It's so early on in the match, like he's just ready to start showing color, and they keep going into chop fights, where he's going in, Flair's going in, and it's doing nothing to Show. Show is smacking him, and at one point he was doing it into the turnbuckle. Flair does his like iconic little like fall down, where he takes a couple of steps dazed and he falls just flat on his face.
Yeah.
We're pulling out straight away, and I gotta say I was very intrigued here, and I thought that the way how Flair was able to work with Show to make Show feel like such a monster, even against like Ric Flair, and making Ric Flair this underdog like that, I thought was really great straight away. At some point, Flair rolls out of the ring, and he tries to pull out a trash can full of stuff, but Show beats him to it. He smacks him around a little bit, does a few chops, throws him back into the ring, does a couple more headbutts. He has one headbutt that I thought looked really good, but all they've really done have been a couple of chops. I will say though that Show does not only like a pretty decent press slam, but he does a vertical suplex, which I don't think I've ever seen Big Show do that until this match. Like from the stuff that I've seen him in, I don't think I've ever seen him do that. Um, and it looked really cool. Maybe I'm wrong though. Maybe he has done that a couple of times. Oh, I forgot to mention at some point in commentary too. They talk about the last time these guys fought was back in WCW when Big Show was the Giant. Obviously, they don't use the name the Giant.
Oh,
But I
Andre's
thought that
nephew?
was kind of cool too.
Yeah. I remember him. What happened to
I don't know.
him?
I think he died.
No more BS.
No more BS. That's right. That's right. Um, so Show gets Flair into the middle of the ring after a couple of chops sends him down to his knees. He looks out into the crowd. This is another thing that they cut. I don't know what was being yelled at to Show, but he responded to somebody in the crowd going, "Whatever, I'm rich. Who cares?" And it's at this moment that Flair just slams his forearm just straight into Show's nuts, and it's Extreme Rules, so that
Woo!
anything goes and does it a second time. We got
Woo!
two. Um, Gets Show back up onto his feet, does another kick to this groin,
Woo!
backs him into a corner. Show throws him into a corner. Flair rolls and runs up to him, kicks him in the balls again.
Woo!
And Show is not doing good. He falls down for a moment, and that gives Flair enough time to pull out a trash can, pulls out a barbed wire bat, and slugs Show twice in the head with it, then rakes his face with the barbed wire. So such a wild image, man. Like it was really cool. I thought for what they were able to do, I thought it was extreme. It felt so good for a main event since like the first one. Um,
They went
in
all
my
out.
opinion, because everything else has not been. Yeah, man. And then, oh god, and then Ric Flair pulls out an endless bag of thumbtacks. There's so many thumbtacks in that bag. Like it seemed like it was going to go around the whole. He could have done a donut around the damn ring with how many thumbtacks came out. But he does like two piles. Tries to get Show up. Oh, I forgot. He also slammed him at one point too, with not only the trash can in the head, but also baffed him in the stomach and the back with a chair. Slammed him in the face with a chair. And then we went into the thumbtacks. Gets Show into the thumbtacks, but like immediately stands up. It gave me Jason Voorhees kind of vibes for what they were doing with Show. Like the no sell was pretty cool. And then I, right after that, Big Show picked up Ric Flair, and at first I thought he was going to go for the choke slam, but he does like this wild slam into the thumbtacks, and then picks him back up and puts him in like a Calcutta clutch. I think it's called the Calcutta clutch backbreaker,
It's the Cobra Clutch.
Cobra clutch
Yeah.
backbreaker, and it looks so violating. Oh man, like Flair just looked like he fucking died on that mat. To the point where that was the end of the match. But Show wasn't done. He threw Ric Flair into the thumbtacks, face first, belly first.
Oh my god. Disgusting.
Oh,
This
and
match
you know,
fucking rocked.
I saw it too. In the video, I think Flair told him to do it. I don't know, but I thought that was a crazy moment nonetheless, and it made Big Show seem like a really credible heel, and kind of made me forget for a moment that neither of these people are ECW alums at all, and Ric Flair did not care for this belt at all and did not want to win it anyway. So the fact that he went through all that for like the sake of pride, and Flair's not looking terrible here. He still seems to have some tone to him, but you know, he's 57 at this point. He's definitely not looking like how he did in WCW and all that kind of stuff. But in some ways, he still does. Um, and I loved the very ending when they're trying to pull him out of the ring, and he just has such the hardest time just standing up and staying conscious. And I thought it was a really great way to go to the end there and leave on that kind of image. What do you guys think?
I thought it was fantastic. It's definitely one of the best matches of the year, and like it shocked me to my core because Ric Flair's now in two of the best matches of the
Yeah.
year. Like what the
It's
fuck?
crazy. It's crazy that Ric Flair is so good at this. He's so natural that he can still have the best match.
He's got the worst match of the year in my
Right.
book, and he's got the best match of the year. Like in the top five worst, top five best. He's got two in the best.
And again, it's that pride of going, fuck it, I'll just go to ECW and fight Big Show.
And the Big Show got
And
one.
he
What
wants
the
to
fuck?
bury both of those things so bad. But Big Show looked really good. I'm not a fan of Big Show matches. I like some of his early stuff when he's like a giant, but he never does anything. That's what I'm saying. Like when I saw him do the suplex, I thought that was awesome. And I don't think
Well,
he's ever going to do that again.
you know,
So,
I saw an interview why he doesn't do anything.
really?
Because Vince basically told him, think Andre. Somebody told him, like, think Andre. He doesn't do shit, but they love him.
Oh my gosh.
And he's like, oh, I'll just do that.
All right, sweet.
Yeah.
So
It's fine. It's fine if you. But here's the thing that made Andre so great, even in the end, was that he was more of an attraction. You know, he wasn't around for every episode. We see Big Show all the time. You
I agree.
know, like it's kind of what makes me excited for Omos coming back. You know, and Omos isn't great either in matches, really. But now that we see him so much and or so little, and he's gotten this, you know, his own little cult of Homo sapiens like myself, you know, it makes it a lot more credible, even to that, you know. If they did stuff like that for Big Show, then fine. But geez, man, like let him do stuff because if he can do some really cool things with his height, like and keep the opponent safe while doing it, then bring it. It's ECW, and this has been like the first match I could say actually like felt like ECW, but I'm pissed off about it because again, it's just two WWE guys. You know, so it's ECW, but it's not. It's still just a name. You know.
Yeah, and we hate the ECW guys.
oh, also Ric Flair had a fucking thumbtack in his skull.
Yeah.
Shout out to that.
Yeah, dude. And Show only had like the tiniest bit in his shoulder,
And
which
one in
still
the
had to
heart,
be
too.
like 30 tags. Did he really?
Like
I
one
didn't
right
even
in the
see
middle of
that
the
one.
chest, and I'm like, what the fuck?
Oh, dude, the amount when he when he pulled out that bag and threw all those tacks down, I cringed before anything even happened, just knowing that it was going to be terrible, in all the best ways.
What a fucking show, dude.
Um,
This was the best ECW show we've seen.
I will.
Yeah.
It has.
Easy.
It has been really good. But here's the thing: we think that I think because you know people like Sabu, like even though they're just doing nothing with him and making him just kind of look like crazy and goofy, and that's it. Like it's still Sabu. You know what I mean? Paul Heyman, even though he's kind of checked out, is still doing his thing, and I think that helped it. Um, because in between all of this, we had you know, still a couple of squash matches, still a Tommy Dreamer match that may amount to nothing with Test. Um, didn't get anything from them. You know, Sandman and Mike Knox was probably exciting for me just because it was different than taking Kelly to the back and then having a match, and then Sandman coming out to some nobody. Um, I think it was really good just because they finally changed the formula. We're not just watching the same kind of show over and over again, which is how it kind of felt for the rest of ECW up to this point.
And it definitely helps that
ex-
you have one of the best matches of the year.
Right?
So, I mean, it helps.
Yeah,
Definitely.
fair enough. Fair enough. But I mean, like, just think about it. Like, even the stuff with Rob Van Dam and Kurt Angle, it was great. But It wasn't anything that really made the brand itself feel spectacular. You know
Yeah, it
what I
wasn't.
mean?
It didn't stand
So
out.
like
It's not like I will always
exactly,
remember this match now, and I will not remember RVD versus Angle a week from now. Like that you brought it up, I'll forget.
not the same way. Right? Like there were a lot of really great moments here. I think what helped it was because of the names. Maybe now for like the first time watching it many years later, for me seeing Ric Flair and Big Show and having my own reservations on both of them, and seeing them pull off this was pretty nice. Um, and it does make me intrigued what they're going to do next week, but I feel like it's not going to be anything that will top this.
True. Any final
Yeah.
thoughts, Nico?
Yeah, this was probably just the best ECW. I'm glad to see Punk's here. That man's gonna be the future. I think I'm probably wrong, but I definitely know Mike Knox will.
All right.
So, this is one ECW episode that didn't make me want to quit immediately.
So we go from the worst thing ever, the house show, to one of the best, and we'll hope that keeps that up, right? Haha, Peacock,
Uh,
don't take that away from me, Peacock. Don't take away 2006. Oh, it's gone. So we'll figure something out. Bye,
what?
guys.
When there's a will,
What?
there's a raw.
Bye,
Huh?
guys.
Extreme.
Extreme.
Bye.
I'm so confused.